8 body cleansing habits you should avoid repeating in maturity, and I want you to listen to it carefully because what I'm going to say is not soft, it's not pretty, nor is it decorated so it won't hurt you. What you're going to hear is raw, direct, and necessary. If you are over 50, if you are a woman who keeps dragging customs she learned in her youth and who believes they are still normal, get ready, because many of those routines are not only damaging your image, they are damaging your health, your energy, your security, and even your self-esteem. And yes, it hurts to admit it, in maturity we no longer have the same body as at 20 or 30, and repeating certain body hygiene habits doesn't make you cleaner or better cared for. On the contrary, it's hurting you and maybe you haven't even noticed. Now, let's talk about what brought you to this video, your pains, your discomforts, those things you never say out loud but that weigh on you the most. You look in the mirror and notice that your skin no longer looks the same, that the shine of your hair disappeared, that sometimes you smell bad even though you've just showered, that your mouth no longer has the freshness it used to, that your sweat has changed and becomes more noticeable. You're embarrassed to get close to other people for fear that they'll notice that strange smell. You're uncomfortable wearing certain clothes because you feel that your skin doesn't breathe well, and the worst, you feel trapped in the routine of the same habits as always without results, as if cleaning your body were less and less effective. And of course, behind all that there is more pain, insecurity, the idea that the passage of the years is stealing your femininity, your attractiveness, your security. I know you think it even if you don't say it. But here is the solution. It's not about resigning yourself or keeping on doing the same thing. It's about changing. Today I'm going to show you what those 8 body cleansing habits are that you should avoid repeating in maturity, and most importantly, I'm going to tell you how to replace them with routines that really work for your age, your current body, and your real needs. Because yes, after 50 your body no longer reacts the same, and if you don't change your habits, every day you will feel more discomfort and frustration. But if you learn what I'm going to teach you today, you will regain freshness, comfort, and confidence. Your body can be clean, cared for, and energized, but you have to listen to what follows and dare to break with what is hurting you. The first habit you should avoid is bathing every day with water that is too hot. It sounds like a contradiction, right? You've been told your whole life that showering daily is synonymous with hygiene, with care, with cleanliness. And of course bathing is necessary, but the problem is not the bath, it's how you're doing it. Many women over 50 believe that hot water is therapeutic, that it relaxes, that it opens the pores and that it cleans better. But what it really does is destroy your skin's natural barrier. Water that is too hot drags away the natural oils your skin produces to protect itself, and at 50 your skin no longer generates those oils as easily as when you were young. The result? Skin that is increasingly dry, more fragile, that flakes, that itches and even gets irritated. And worse, that dryness makes your skin smell different, because it loses its natural balance and becomes more vulnerable to bacteria and bad odors. So even if you bathe every day, the feeling of freshness lasts a short time and you end up feeling dirty again after a few hours. The solution is clear. Turn down the temperature. I'm not telling you to bathe with ice-cold water, but with lukewarm water. Reserve hot water only for specific moments, like when you need to relax your muscles after a hard day, but not as a daily routine. And here's an extra secret. Limit the use of harsh soaps. Use gentle, neutral soaps, because your mature skin doesn't need to be scrubbed until it turns red, it needs to be cared for gently. The second habit you must eliminate is using the same soap for your entire body, including your intimate area. Here I know I'm going to touch a very sensitive nerve because many women over 50 grew up hearing that soap is soap, it works for everything. And no, it doesn't work for everything. That habit of using the same perfumed soap with which you wash your armpits or your feet to clean your intimate area is a mistake that is destroying your vaginal balance. And you know it, even if you don't say it. You know what it is to feel burning, dryness, itching, odors that didn't exist before. And many think that this is normal with age, that it comes with menopause and that's it. No, it is not normal. It is a consequence of bad habits. At your age, the vaginal mucosa already produces less lubrication, the pH changes, and if on top of that you insist on using soaps full of chemicals, perfumes, and sulfates, the only thing you do is worsen dryness and eliminate the good bacteria that protect you from infections. Do you want the solution? Forget about those perfumed soaps in that area. Use specific intimate cleansers, designed to maintain the balance of your flora. And watch out, It's not about becoming obsessed or washing 3 times a day. It's about conscious hygiene, about understanding that that part of your body needs different care than the rest. If you change this habit, not only will you improve your daily comfort, you will also regain confidence in your own body and in your intimate life. The third habit is overusing perfumes and deodorants to hide body odors instead of preventing them. This one really hurts, because I know many do it daily. You look in the mirror, you feel that your sweat no longer smells like before, that your body has a strange aroma even after the bath, and your first reaction is to spray on more perfume or apply extra deodorant. You fool yourself into thinking that by smelling nice you're going to solve the problem, but you don't solve it, you mask it. And the worst, over time the chemicals in perfumes and deodorants mix with your body odor and create an even more unpleasant aroma. Sometimes you don't even notice it, but others do. And I know it hurts to hear it, but it's the truth. Perfumes do not eliminate bad odor, they only disguise it for a while, and afterwards the result is worse. The solution lies in going to the root of the problem. Sweat itself doesn't smell bad. What smells bad is when the skin's bacteria break it down. That's why, instead of applying layers of perfume, what you need is to improve your cleaning in the areas where you sweat the most: armpits, groin, feet. Use antibacterial soaps in moderation, change your underwear every day, opt for cotton garments that allow your skin to breathe. And with respect to deodorant, don't abuse those that contain too much alcohol or perfumes. Look for options that regulate sweating without damaging the skin. There are even natural alternatives like alum stone or aluminum-free deodorants that can help you maintain a fresh smell without harsh chemicals. Believe me, a mature woman who smells clean and fresh due to real hygiene, not due to excess perfume, projects much more security and elegance. The fourth habit you should avoid is not changing towels as often as you actually need to. Here I'm going to be brutally honest because it's a very common mistake in maturity. Many women believe that because the towel looks clean, it can still be used for days and days. You dry off after the bath, you hang it up, and you think, it's fine, I'll use it again tomorrow. And yes, at first glance it seems dry and clean, but in reality what you're doing is rubbing your body with a cloth full of bacteria, dead skin cells, soap residue, and accumulated moisture. And here is the problem. After 50, your skin no longer regenerates the same, it is more delicate, more prone to irritations, and those bacteria become a perfect breeding ground for skin infections, fungus, and bad odors. No, I'm not exaggerating. That weird smell you sometimes feel on your skin or hair even though you've just bathed often comes from the contaminated towel, not from your body. The solution is simple, but it requires discipline. Change your towels at least twice a week, and if you sweat a lot or live in a humid place, change them even more often. And it's not enough to change them. Wash them well, with hot water when possible, and make sure they dry completely before using them again. Remember, your mature body deserves to be dried with something fresh and clean, not with a rag loaded with germs. The fifth habit you have to quit is neglecting the deep cleaning of your feet. And here I want you to be honest with yourself. When was the last time you thoroughly cleaned your feet, not just letting them soak in the shower? Many women over 50 believe that it's enough for water and soap to run over them, and that's it. But the feet are one of the parts of the body that suffer the most in maturity. Circulation is no longer the same. The skin dries out easily, calluses, cracks, thickened nails appear, and in addition, fungus becomes more common. And you know what's worse? Many times the bad smell you feel, and that you try to cover with powders or closed shoes, doesn't come from sweat, it comes from the lack of real cleaning of the feet. The solution is clear. Devote at least a couple of times a week to truly cleaning your feet. Use a soft brush to scrub between the toes, remove dead skin with pumice stone or special files, and keep the nails trimmed and clean. Moisturize them afterward with an appropriate cream, because the skin of the feet in maturity tends to crack easily. And if you notice persistent odor, yellow nails or itching, don't ignore it. These are signs of fungi, and they must be treated in time. Clean, cared for, fresh feet not only make you feel more comfortable, they also allow you to walk more securely and avoid discomforts that with age become more difficult to bear. The sixth habit you should not repeat is ignoring proper mouth cleaning beyond simple brushing. Here I know I'm going to touch a very sensitive point because many women over 50 keep repeating what they learned as girls, brushing their teeth quickly 2 or 3 times a day, and that's it. But the truth is that, in maturity, that habit is no longer enough. The passage of the years brings with it a decrease in saliva production, changes in the enamel, more fragile gums, and on top of that, the use of medications that often dry out the mouth. What does this mean? That if you only brush and do nothing else, your mouth becomes a perfect place for the accumulation of bacteria, bad breath, and more serious problems like gingivitis, cavities, and loss of teeth. And here I'll tell you something hard: bad breath is not disguised with candies, nor with mint mouthwashes, nor with sprays. Bad breath comes from a lack of deep cleaning, and it is one of the things that others notice the most, even though no one dares tell you to your face. The solution is to expand your routine. In addition to brushing, use dental floss every day, because food remains accumulate between the teeth and don't come out with the brush. Use alcohol-free mouthwashes that hydrate your mouth and help control bacteria. And if you have dental prostheses or implants, make sure to clean them correctly because they easily accumulate residue. And don't forget, visit the dentist regularly, not only when you have pain. Fresh breath and a clean mouth are not a luxury, they are a necessity for your health and your security in maturity. The seventh habit you must leave behind is not paying attention to washing your hair and scalp with the right frequency and products. Many women over 50 believe that because hair no longer gets greasy as quickly as before they can wash it less, or that any shampoo works to keep it clean. But this is a mistake that brings consequences you may already be living without realizing it. As the years go by, the scalp produces less natural oil, yes, but that decrease doesn't mean it stays clean for longer. On the contrary, by not having the same oily protection, the scalp becomes more vulnerable to the accumulation of residue. Think of everything that gets trapped in your hair every day: dust, pollution, sweat, traces of hairspray, creams, oils, sunscreens, and even the very smoke from the kitchen. If you don't wash with the right frequency, all that accumulates and begins to generate bad odor, irritations, itching, and in many cases, hair loss. And here's a detail that hurts to accept. Many mature women keep using shampoos that are too harsh, full of sulfates, silicones, and artificial fragrances. What do these products do? Sweep away the natural oils you still have and dry out the scalp even more. The result is a vicious cycle, a dry, sensitive scalp that responds with flaking, dandruff, and hair weakness. That's why that dull, lifeless hair that smells strange when you move it is not always age's fault, but rather the result of a bad cleaning habit. The solution is to create a conscious washing ritual adapted to your stage of life. The first thing is to choose gentle shampoos, without strong sulfates, formulated for mature or delicate hair. These products hydrate without leaving heavy residue and respect the scalp's natural barrier. The second is frequency. Don't be fooled by the idea that since it no longer gets greasy, I can go a week without washing it. Ideally, wash it 2 or 3 times a week, or more if you sweat a lot, exercise, or live in a polluted place. The key is not to wash less, but to wash intelligently. And here comes a step that almost no one does, but that is essential: massage. While you wash your hair, spend a couple of minutes gently massaging your scalp with your fingertips. This not only helps remove dirt better, it also stimulates blood circulation, promotes hair growth, and relaxes the tension accumulated in the head. If you accompany this massage with circular movements, you will notice the difference in how your scalp feels afterward. One more detail: clean hair is not replaced with perfumes, aerosols, or strong-smelling masks. No spray can disguise the lack of a good wash. The fresh, natural scent of cared-for hair is only achieved with real cleanliness. And if you also complement with nourishing conditioners or weekly masks, you will be giving your mane the reinforcement it needs to stay shiny and healthy in maturity. Imagine the difference: a woman who ignores this habit, who washes her hair little and with the wrong products, ends up with brittle, lifeless hair, with an unpleasant smell and a sensitive scalp. In contrast, a woman who adapts her routine, who washes with the right frequency, who chooses gentle shampoos and massages her scalp, projects vitality, freshness, and care. Because hair is a direct reflection of personal hygiene, and after 50, it is also a symbol of self-esteem. The fresh smell of clean hair is not bought in a bottle of perfume, it is built with conscious cleanliness and constant care. And believe me, when your hair is clean, light, and shiny, not only do you notice it, everyone who comes close notices it. And finally, the 8th habit you have to abandon is sleeping with makeup on or not thoroughly cleaning your face before going to bed. You might think, I don't go out as much as before, I barely use a little powder, lipstick, or blush, nothing happens if I fall asleep like this. But yes, it does happen. And it happens a lot. Your skin in maturity is completely different from that of your 20s or 30s. It is thinner, produces less collagen, regenerates more slowly, and is more sensitive to external aggression. Every night that you go to sleep with traces of makeup, sweat, oil, sunscreen, or even air pollution that stuck to you during the day, what you are doing is blocking the skin's natural repair process. While you sleep, your skin should be working to regenerate, produce new cells, and repair the damage of the day. But if you leave it covered with residue, that process is interrupted. The result? When you wake up, your face looks duller, tired, with more marked fine lines, with spots that appear without warning and with pores that are increasingly clogged. And worse, that makeup you didn't remove mixes with bacteria and with sweat, generating a perfect environment for pimples, blackheads, and even skin infections. It's no coincidence that many older women notice small breakouts on their skin and think they are age pimples, when in reality they are direct consequences of not cleaning the face before sleeping. And there's one more detail: that unpleasant smell you sometimes notice on the pillow, which is not just sweat, comes from the residue your face leaves on the fabric during the night. And those same bacteria that get trapped in the pillow return to your face the next time you sleep. It's a vicious circle. Makeup plus sweat plus pollution plus dirty pillow equals increasingly deteriorated skin. Now, let's talk about the solution, because here it's not enough to say, wash it and that's it. Mature skin needs a simple but effective nightly ritual. The first step is to use a makeup remover or micellar water to remove surface makeup, even if you only used light powder. Don't be overconfident. A bit of forgotten lipstick or a light foundation blocks more than you imagine. Then, use a gentle facial cleanser, without harsh sulfates, that removes oil, sweat, and the day's dirt without drying out. Do not use the same body soap on your face. Facial skin is more delicate and needs a specific product. Once your face is clean, dry it with a towel exclusively for your face, not the same one you dry your body with, because bacteria transfer easily. And here comes the most important thing: hydrate. From age 50 on, skin loses elasticity and moisture much faster, so before sleeping give it what it needs. Use a nourishing night cream or a serum with ingredients like hyaluronic acid, vitamin E, or collagen. This is not a luxury, it is an investment in how you are going to age. Imagine the difference. A woman who goes to sleep without cleaning her face wakes up every morning with slightly duller skin and slightly deeper wrinkles. A woman who does her nightly cleansing ritual wakes up with fresh, soft skin ready to face the day. That difference, repeated night after night, is what defines whether at 60 your face looks cared for or neglected, whether you convey vitality or tiredness. Sleeping with makeup on may seem like an unimportant detail, but it is a habit that ages your skin faster than the passage of time itself. So don't fool yourself anymore. Even if you wear little makeup, even if you're tired, even if you say just for today, never go to sleep without cleaning your face. Believe me, this habit will make the difference between skin that ages with dignity and freshness, and skin that looks defeated and neglected. Your face is your calling card, and in maturity more than ever, it deserves attention and care. These are the 8 body cleansing habits you should avoid repeating in maturity. And I know it hurts to hear it, because you may recognize several in your daily routine. But I also know that now you have the solutions in your hands. It's not about living in fear or becoming obsessed with cleanliness, it's about changing what no longer works for your age. If you leave behind scalding showers, the wrong soap, excess perfumes, old towels, neglect of your feet, incomplete cleaning of your mouth, forgetting your hair, and the laziness of cleaning your face before sleeping, you will regain freshness, confidence, and health. Because maturity is not synonymous with neglect, it is synonymous with experience. And a woman with experience knows that taking care of her body is not a luxury, it is a necessity to live with dignity and security. So decide today, do you want to keep repeating habits that hurt you, or do you want to start truly taking care of yourself? The answer is in you, and the moment is now.